Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I'm Joe. We've got the Gary Fisher Mamba back again this week. We're going to finish it up. I've already run the cables and adjusted the brakes and adjusted the shifter because that is really boring and no one wants to see that. But we do have to talk about the cockpit again, seat post, the seat, and then walk around and take a look at it. So stay tuned. So I did end up changing the cockpit yet again. I put some little bit wider black bars. These are steel, not aluminum. I put these ends on here. They make the bars longer. It's kind of a compression fit thing. And you know, it makes the bars wider and it's more comfortable for me to ride. I wouldn't ever sell a bike that had these on there, but it helps me get a feel for the bike when I'm riding it around. I went ahead and put a different shifter on here. This one's got the switch where it can either be indexed or friction as well. And you can see here, I've got it in the vise, it was faded. And I know I've talked this about in the past where you can use, there's wipes for this, you can use a torch. I tried the heat gun this time, and here's the after. You can see it's way more black now and it looks much, much better. And I went ahead and swapped the grips out to these ODI grips. They're used grips that I had. And I just threw those on there for now. Got the shifter all set up. This is 1x7 system. Really impressed still again with these older Shimano low-end shifters. They do the job. The Alivio derailleur does the job as well. This cassette was actually loose. Hadn't seen that before. And get that stopped. Get the 1x7, this is chain line for you guys to kind of see. And again, this is the converted 3x that I drilled out. And even though it's not a narrow wide, it still tracks really well and shifts really well, and happy with that. Got this cool older WTB Silverado saddle that came off of another bike that I'll be working on, chromo rails. A little damage in the front. I'm still trying to figure out kind of a way to patch that up, but it fits the rest of the crusty build of this bike. Now, I did unfortunately have to end up forking out to buy a brand new seat post for this bike. That 26.6 seat post was just such an oddball size. I could not find one anywhere. So I picked up this, I think it's a Caloi Evo aluminum seat post off eBay. It wasn't too expensive and it looks really good on the bike, and I think the saddle looks really good. Just pulls the whole thing together. Also, I didn't show this before, it's a Bontrager seat post lever that I pulled off a junk Walmart bike that I fished out of the trash a while ago. It's always good, it's something good on those bikes, inner tubes or tires or anything really. And of course, we got to throw on the cable ends to finish up the build. Went ahead and went with black ones this time around. Time to take this thing out for a test ride. So far, so good. I like the handlebar width, maybe a little bit wider, but not too bad. Can you guys hear how loud those tires are? Those soft paddle rubber tires. I even have them pumped up to like 30 PSI. But drivetrain is super smooth on this. Rides good, steers good. Again, can't say enough about these low-end Shimano shifters. I'm still definitely not used to the older geometry on these older bikes, but really, they ride good, and for a cruiser bike or a commuter, that's all you could ask for. That's all you need. Well, bike is now finished, and I don't know about you, but I think that it looks really fantastic. I think the cockpit setup works really well. I think the width is perfect. I measured it with those bar extenders. It's about 720 mil, and I'm still planning on selling the bike. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'm probably just gonna have to take those bar extenders out, or maybe I'll tell the person that buys it that it has those in there, and not to hit any jumps or anything. But the stem works really good. I need to take that back off, and I need to throw some of the hardware in the evaporust and buff that up, but I didn't know if I was going to actually end up with that. I think that's where it's going to be. Back wheel needs trued up a little bit. I think it's about time that I actually teach myself how to do that, and then I can really dial in those back brakes. And of course the hubs need scrubbed down, and I'll give them a good greasing and obviously wash the bike again, but not for a little bit while longer because it's still freezing here in Iowa, so I don't really have access to the hose in my backyard. So if you like the bike, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and like I've been saying, a lot of vintage bikes lately. It's just kind of where the channel is at. It's what works best with the weather and what I have access to at the moment, but there is more automotive content coming as soon as the weather warms back up. So follow the links in the description down below, or my Instagram, my Facebook, where I post a lot more stuff other than just YouTube content related things. And until the next video drops, thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye.